and here's a quick video on how to set up some classwork in Canvas. So just coming to your dashboard and going to the class that you'd like to do it in. I come along and create it within the module it is. So at the moment in engineering, we're doing a unit on transport, and so CO2 dragsters. So this little top tile here, that grayed out area, is a module, and then everything underneath here is an assignment. And you could have quizzes and a whole range of things. I'll show you them in a moment. So I'm going to start a new one. So I'm just going to come along here and go new. And so we've got quite a few different things we can have here, but I'm going to stick with assignment. I like using assignments because I can set a due date on them, and I can change it. I feel as though there's more you have more of ability to edit it after you've published it. So create an assignment. Now I use two different. I use a little bit of a template, I guess. So I've got this little template here that I use each time, and it just saves me having to type a lot of extra work. I've got little emojis in there just to create a little bit of visual interest or cues to students so they get used to what they need to be looking for. And so from that, I will develop my little my lesson. So this is the lesson example that I'll use here. So I just copy and paste what I need to have. So at the moment, you'll notice that these little ones here are published or unpublished. This one with the little line through it is unpublished. But I'm just going to click on that so I can edit the lesson. And I treat this for most lessons. A lesson might be something that goes over a couple of periods. It might be go for 30 minutes. It really depends on how much work the students do and the depth we're going into. So once I've got this little dialog box here open, this is like your little web page. So I'm just going to copy and paste everything that I have in this pre-prepared lesson into Canvas like that. I quite like negative space around work, and so do the students. Their brains will appreciate a bit of negative space. So I insert a horizontal line underneath each part where I'd pause and leave something on the screen for a moment for them to take in. When I look at this section here for the success criteria, I actually want to go through and link in the specifications. So I'm going to come along to the specifications we've been using in class and referring to. I'm actually going to put them in there as a link, and I'm just going to update my sharing permissions. Now, it's up to you how you want to share things, but I've got it sharing with anybody with the link can be a viewer because it's not sensitive information. So I'm going to copy the link, and then just using this little icon here, it's an external link, and I can copy and paste that in there. So now the students will have access to that. You can upload files and have a whole heap of files within Canvas as well if you'd like. Now, I quite like putting in a video for each lesson so the students can view that. So if we just expand these little three buttons here to show us more tools, we've actually got an embed tool here. So if I go to the YouTube clip that I want to use, and I found this one just before, if I come along and go to the share button and get the embed code and copy, if I paste this directly into Canvas, it will put the video inside my lesson. And then you can go through and you can edit and do what you want. Looking at that, it looks very heavy on the text, so I'd probably go through and put in some more images, but just for the point of view of this tutorial. I always have some kind of documenting your learning, so we're using Canva at the moment to create an engineer's notebook where they're going to put in a series of photos, which we will use Google Drive and a shared folder for them getting their photos, which I'll go through that in another video. Then we can allocate some points to it. For classwork, I generally just put it as a not marked because I can always come back and edit this later if I wanted to, whereas if it was a page, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I just go for everything. It's an assignment. It's not marked. And then I can just hit save. So we can see that it's not published. I can have a little bit of a proofread as we're going. We've got our little specifications there. We've embedded a video. We've got a fair amount of detail about how we can go through and make this. This is great because I can have this up on the screen in the workshop. Yep, all of that looks pretty good. So if I was now to try and view that as a student without it being published, it wouldn't show, I wouldn't be able to see it because it's not published. So generally speaking, if something doesn't work on Canvas, it's normally because I've forgotten to publish it. So if I come up here and publish it, and then I view it as a student, they can come through and just, you can see how they would actually see it and how they would view it. I hope you find this video useful.